Hello everyone, this is Old Gamer Jack. Nice to see y'all again. Different area this time, not out in the woods. It's been raining, temperatures dropping. Looks like the South's going to have a few days cold weather. Yeah, we always get it right before spring and Easter. Well, right before, not spring, but Easter. We always get that last freeze. Anyway, I'm pretty much going to try to cut back on the video lengths. I only got a couple of videos up, but it did seem like y'all tend to like the shorter one better than y'all did the long one. I did tend to ramble on that one a little bit, so I'm going to try to stick to one subject and cut the time back a little bit for you. Also, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try to stick to one subject pretty much instead of jumping all over the place with my ramblings if I can help it. I like to talk. I'm older, my mind drifts, and I'll jump subjects a lot. But I'm going to try not to. So I figured today we'd talk a little bit about the economy again. It seems like everyone's still freaking out about the economy. It's the gas prices, really. I think it's what's got everyone going nuts. But I'm telling you, within a week, if you wait a week, the gas prices will go back down. I did see on a YouTube, I think I said on the other one, we don't really get nothing from Iran, and we don't. But it turns out like 1 or 2% of our oil comes through that strait. 1 or 2%. Now, that's all. That does not justify the gas prices. That's corporations that's jacking up the price because the news media is pushing that, and so they have like a green light to raise the prices. What can you do? Especially as a poor man, what can you do except for don't run all your gas out, and hopefully you can make it till the gas prices come down. But yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit things that I noticed, things that I know from the past. Pretty much almost as if I was talking to my own kids, because I do got 5 kids. They're grown on their own, got kids of their own. And, this generation is a little bit different than, or my generation, different from mine. I don't know how many generations there is. I do see a lot of this Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and I didn't realize there was that many generations running around, but apparently there is. I'm naive on that, I guess. If you hear any noise in the background, that's my dog. And I do got a small fish tank over here running. The light, I'm pretty sure this is not the correct light, but for right now, it'll work. I got that at the Salvation Army. It's one of them little round lights. So I picked it up. It didn't cost me too much. It's pretty late right now. We're pushing it about 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm a night owl. I don't really sleep, mainly because I stay so pumped up on caffeine anyway. So, perfect time. The old lady's asleep. Dog's about trying to go to sleep. I keep waking him up, I think. So, it's quiet. We have a little talk. Let's see. I don't really do scripts or nothing, so like I said, this is going to be a journey. Just bear with me. I promise I'll get better at this video making as we go. I did pick up a video editor, and I'm currently trying to learn how to use it. It wasn't one of the free ones, so because this seems like the free ones, you still got to get these subscriptions and stuff. So I just went ahead and bought one. That way I don't have to worry about subscriptions. Currently right now, this is the best time for me to get all that kind of stuff, because hey, it's Christmas time for us po folks. It's income tax return time. So that's the light, the camera, the mic, the editing program. All that's thanks to my tax dollars that I got back because I fell up under the poverty line this year, which is pretty much what I tend to do. I can't seem to get above that poverty line. I don't know if it's moving or what. It seems like it does. I made more money this year and I still couldn't cross it, so I think they're moving it. But the food, let's talk about that a little bit. The food's getting crazy. I used to hear and see the videos of people buying fake food that's coming from China, food that they would buy and 2 days later it would literally rot. That wasn't a problem down here, but here lately it has been. It affects our fruit, our vegetables, and bread, of all things, bread. So currently right now, if you get the good bread and, bread that's actually, that's decent for you, I'm not going to say the best thing in the world for you, but if it's decent for you, it's expensive and it tends to go bad within 2 to 3 days. Then you got the other bread that everyone says is completely bad for you, no good for your health. That stuff never goes bad. It never molds. It doesn't go stale. It's always just spongy. But the tomatoes, heck, here lately, and potatoes, cucumbers, that stuff, it seems like if you can find any that's pretty good, most of it is, even at the grocery store, is pretty bad. We actually have to go to different stores to be able to find decent fruit and vegetables. So for us, Kroger is where we go to get our fruit and vegetable because theirs seems to be in better condition and they last longer once we get them home. The Walmart stuff, man, it's not that good and it doesn't last long once you get it to the house. As for Sam's, it's bulk, and there's just 2 of us, and we can't eat that before it goes bad. So that's just a waste of money, and we can't afford that. So we go to Kroger. For meats, we go to Sam's. We do buy meats in bulk. I got a freezer, like I told y'all before, and we freeze a lot. Canned goods we get from Walmart mostly. And I mean, that's what you have to do. Like I said before, if you're poor, you got to run around. You darn sure don't want to be shopping just at Walmart or just Sam's or just Kroger, because one thing may be halfway priced, but then they'll stick it to you on the other thing. So you got to pick a store for each thing that you like and go with that. I know a lot of people talk about Aldi's. Aldi's just doesn't have a big selection, not down here anyway, so I don't go to Aldi's. We go to Ollie's, as it's called, because they have a lot of snacks, the nuts, stuff like that, and they're cheap. So if we're going to buy snacks, then that's where we go to get that. But food ain't like what it used to be. The shrinkflation, them changing recipes, the ingredients, it's nothing like it used to be. Everything tastes different. Stuff that I know my stepfather used to eat. He used to eat the Vienna sausages, that what they call sandwich spread, deviled ham, I guess you call it. It was like a spread. He used to eat that, and then he quit eating it. He said they tasted bad. They even started having a bad smell. They got real cheap, and you know, and then they also started raising the prices on them. So he just quit eating them altogether. I've noticed a lot with the bread. Just some breads that taste chemically. Some of them it's like a sponge. We've been buying sourdough bread because if you're a guy now, I hope you know soy is very, very bad for a man. Soy is our number one enemy. I'm not too sure if it's bad for women, but for men, it's not good at all. So for a man, you need to avoid it. As an older man, and let me tell you, if you don't pay attention later on in life, you're going to have some health problems, and a lot of it actually comes from that soy. It doesn't work with us men. And if you look, soy's in everything. I like the way they say vegetable oil, and if you actually look on the back of it, it's just soy. That's soybean oil. And I like to gross out the family when I tell them that the soybean oil or vegetable oil, whatever you like to call it, they used to use that back in World War II for engine lubricant. And in fact, the United States Navy actually used to use it coating the outside of their ships to keep particles and stuff off of them. And then America had a contract with Canada to grow the soybeans and stuff like that. And after the war, they had the government talk about, well, what are they supposed to do about all that they got? And so it was refined to be edible. And there you go. Now you got your soybean oil, vegetable oil, which translates into, it's also your margarine. That's all the same stuff, just different forms of it. So yeah, back in the day, we didn't have to be that careful with our food or our sodas because they used real sugar. And even though they say sugar is bad for you, if it's real sugar, it may not be good for you, but it's not as bad for you as all these artificial sweeteners and stuff. And so you have to be careful what you're eating today, especially meats. I've seen that about the 3D printed meat. That just blows my mind. Never in my life would I have expected that they would be 3D printing meat. I don't even understand how you can do that. I know there's some scientific wonder that explains all that, but I'm not even sure about that. That just blows my mind. I think I'm sure not going to eat it. And I even heard them talking about us eating bugs for a while on the news. I'm not eating no bug. If there's a deer running through the woods, I'm going to eat him before I eat no bug. I'm telling you that. They can get off that kick. I'm not eating no bugs. I use bugs to fish. How about that? You give me the bugs, I'll take the bugs, I'll go fish with them, I'll eat the fish. I ain't eating the bug. But yeah, that's something else, even with the fish. Some of the fish is not good to eat. I've never heard of that back in the day. Our fish sticks used to be like real fish, and you just had a thin layer of crust on it. And now it's like all bread or all crust with just a little bit of that fish in it. And then sometimes that fish ain't even real fish. I don't know what it is, but it's all mushy-fied. I'm not really sure what all that's about. I darn sure don't eat no fast food no more. Now, growing up, I did. But the burgers were bigger. They were real meat, fresh vegetables. It was If you was poor, you know, you could feed your family with it, and it wasn't something that was going to kill you. Today, from what I see and stuff that I've seen online, there's no way I'll eat fast food. I don't care who it is. I'm not eating it. I'm wary of even certain restaurants, to be honest. It's just, it's expensive too. It used to be two people couldn't go out to eat at a restaurant like Olive Garden, stuff like that. For like 25 bucks, you get 2 meals with the drink. Well, if you did sweet tea, that is. If you're northern, I know you don't do sweet tea, but you can get it too, but the tea with it. And sodas cost you a little bit extra, but most people just drink tea. Then it was just a couple of years ago, you used to be able to do it for 50 bucks for two people. Now it's like $75 for two people. And if you get anything extra, or you get any kind of drink with it, it's not hard to hit that $100 mark, because heck, even appetizers cost as much as the main dish, you know. So eating out for us is far and few in between. It's usually saved for special occasions only. Now I do see younger generation. My daughter, she's one. My oldest daughter. She eats out quite a bit. I dare say almost every day they eat out. Her and her husband, they don't buy groceries though. So there's nothing at the house. They just have drinks, maybe a couple bags of potato chips, and they just eat out, which she said used to be okay, but even she's noticed it's getting a little bit more expensive, and there isn't a lot of choices to eat out down here in the South where I'm at, in South Carolina. So, you know, that probably get boring after a while if you're doing it every day. How about dog food even, or your cat food? I mean, you know, I have a dog. I've had him for quite a few years. He'll be my last. But used to be able to get a decent size, you know, the big 50-pound bags of dog food for like 20 bucks, maybe 25. And it was decent dog food. Not that stuff that's killing dogs. And now I see the small bags. What are those? 10 pounds or something like that. They're wanting 50 bucks for it. And the big 50-pound bags, some of them they're wanting $75 for a bag of dog food. So for us to get by now, which never used to be a problem, but of course now with everything getting like it is, for my dog we bought a smaller bag, and then we supplement it with he gets bones and, you know, the trimmings from your meat, you know, because like I said, I hunt and also we buy in bulk, so he gets the trimmings from all that, and, you know, he ain't got no ribs showing. Promise you, he's healthy. But yeah, it's just, but there's nothing to affect that. That's just pure greed raising prices. The biggest debate to prove the point, okay? Minimum wage. I've seen this debate, and I've seen it go on and on and on and on. If they give you the minimum wage, they raise it, then all the prices in the area goes up, because all of these corporations and these stores, they know you got more money, so they raise their prices. So you're right back to square one. So it's not an issue of it wouldn't help or it does help. it's until the somehow the greed situation gets fixed, it does you no good. That's just like you can get, say, hamburger meat. Okay, hamburger meat down here, we may be able to get it for, say, $1 a pound, which I don't think it is. I think it's more expensive, but I'm just saying. So you can get it for $1 a pound here. You can go to Ohio and they may want $1.50 a pound. You go to California, they may want $5 a pound. And each area is because of what the general population in that area, what they make, what they average make an hour. And so these companies, these businesses, they realize, well, what can we sell? How high can we sell it that they can afford to buy it? It's a balancing act that they do, and it's not right. I mean, it all comes from the same company. They just are literally shipping it. And before someone says, well, they got to pay for that diesel, don't they? No, it ain't quite like that. These trucks, they're going to be going through those areas anyway because of something else that they're going to get. That's like Walmart has their own fleet of trucks. You know, Sam's has their own trucks. And they service in all their stores. So them trucks would have to go anyway. So why do you have to change the price unless you're just greedy and you know, well, in California, oh, they're making like $20 an hour for minimum wage, so they can afford $5 a pound. Whereas South Carolina, their minimum wage, I don't even know what the hell the minimum wage is here. I think it's $7.35. So $1 a pound. I don't know what minimum wage in Ohio is. I have no clue. So let's say it's $10 there. They charge $1.50, $2 a pound. But you understand what I'm saying. So that has a lot to do with it. It's a lot of greed. It really is. It's a lot of greed. And our government's just as guilty of it. Our government will do stuff to screw you over too. If you can find a way to build your house cheaper, I guarantee the government will find a way to make it where you can't build it. Guarantee it. They won't allow it. I've seen people, hemp houses, clay houses, clay brick houses, completely outlawed in the States. Just because, well, clay you can get for free. Hemp's cheap. So they're not going to allow it. It would disturb the other industries. So, yeah, government interference on that. And if you do get a company that gets too big and for themselves, the government will go in and literally split the company up. And they could say whatever they want. Oh, you're cornering the market, whatever. It's overreach. But you can never prove that. You can never stop it. And notice I'm not saying Dem or Republic. They all do it. So, and to me, if these companies, the way they say, well, we care about our customers. Well, if you cared, why don't you give everybody a break? Say for a year or two. Stop raising the prices so damn high. You know, when they're paying their CEOs millions of dollars, these companies make millions of dollars profit. There is no need to raise everything every time the wind blows, you know. There's just no need in it. Now, I know everyone's out to make money. I'm not saying that. But there's a difference between making a little bit money and then grabbing every poor person you can and turning us upside down and literally shaking everything out of our pockets. And that's going on quite a bit. And so that's got to get stopped. But I see my time's trying to creep up. I'm rambling and rambling on. I'm gonna have to cut this one short, guys. I'm trying to make it where they're not quite so long. If you stuck with me for this long, I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share the video. Let me know in the comments if you like what you're hearing, if you got a suggestion, want a particular topic you'd like to talk about, just let me know. Thank you very much. This is Old Gamer. I'm out.